In today's lesson, we are going to look at the spelling and pronunciation of all the contractions in English. What's a contraction? I am, I'm. I'm is a contraction. A contraction needs an apostrophe. Native speakers use contractions all the time. They are very natural. And if you know what they are, you can understand them better. I'll start with the most basic contractions, and this lesson will become increasingly more challenging. My name's Arnell. Let's start. Group number 1. There are 7 groups in today's lesson. B contractions. I have the full form, contracted form, and the sound. Let's do this. I am, I'm. Sounds like time. You are, you're, you're. Sounds like sure. He is, he's, he's. Sounds like bees. She is, she's, she's. Sounds like cheese. It is, it's, sits. We are, we're, here. They are, there. Just like hair. Mini note. Your and your sound exactly the same. Your English is very good. You're a good student. Same pronunciation. And here's another one. There, and there sound exactly the same. There is a problem. Their house is pretty. They're working hard. Look at he and she. We can also use names. Mike. Mike is a man's name. Mike is Mike's. Mike's nice. Amanda. That's a woman's name. Amanda is Amanda's. Amanda's. Nice. Question. Is this American English or British English? Contractions are the same in American English and British English. The spelling is the same. The only difference is the accent. I'm American, so today's contractions are pronounced with an American accent. Be in the negative. You can see the full version, contraction option 1 and contraction option 2. Both options are perfect. You can choose. I am not. I'm not. This one is an exception. You can see there is no I am to. Nope, that doesn't exist. You are not. You're not. Or you aren't. Both are fine. He is not. He's not or he isn't. She is not. She's not. She isn't. It is not. It's not. It isn't. We are not. We're not. We aren't. They are not. They're not. They aren't. Mini note. Do you pronounce the T at the end or not? If you want to be really clear, you can stress the T. Isn't. Aren't. But in natural speech, we often swallow that T sound. Isn't. Aren't. So you can practice this. Say the words really slowly and stop before the T sound. Stop yourself. Isn't. Aren't. You can see it's possible to pronounce these contractions without the T at the end. So in today's lesson, sometimes I'll stress the T, sometimes I won't. Past, be negative. You can see in the past, we only contract the negative. I was not. I wasn't. You were not. You weren't. You weren't. He was not. He wasn't. He wasn't. She was not. She wasn't. It was not. It wasn't. We were not. We weren't. They were not. They weren't. Group 1 review. Repeat these sentences after me to practice these contractions. I'll go first and then you. I'm sure you're in classroom A. She's talking while we're waiting here. They're looking at their phones over there. The patient isn't here yet, and the doctors aren't happy. I wasn't in class today. Why? Why weren't you in class today? You might be thinking, well, when do I use these contractions? These are the topics you need to know to use group 1 contractions easily. Present simple, present continuous, and the passive voice. I have lessons on these topics on my channel, which I'll link down below for you. Group 2 contractions. Do, does, and did. Again, we have the full form and then the contracted form. I do not. I don't. I don't. You do not. You don't. You don't. He does not. He doesn't. 2 syllables. Doesn't. He doesn't. She does not. She doesn't. It does not. It doesn't. We do not. We don't. They do not. They don't. Now, let's look at the past. The good news is every subject has the same verb form. Did not, didn't. Didn't, didn't. Group 2 review. Repeat these sentences after me to practice. I don't like it. You don't look sick. Mary doesn't wear glasses. I didn't do it. You didn't send me the email. Why didn't they say thank you? And here are the topics you need to know to use group 2 contractions easily. Present simple and past simple negative sentences. Group number 3, have, has, had contractions. Let's do this together. I have, I've. Sounds like 5. You have, you've. You've. Sounds like improve. Same ooh sound. He's. Sounds like bees. She has cheese. Sounds like cheese. It has. It's. Just like sits. Right. We need to take a look at something important. The apostrophe S can be is or has. He is or he has is he's. Everyone is or everyone has is everyone's. So how do you know if it is or has? You need to look at the word after it. I have 4 sentences here. Pause the lesson and decide if the apostrophe S is or has. And here are the answers. If this activity was a little bit challenging, for today's lesson, don't worry. I just want you to know that there are 2 possibilities with apostrophes. It's negative time. And you can see there are 2 options. I have to say for these contractions, the first option is a lot more common. You might hear people using the second option, but it's not as common and it might sound a bit old-fashioned. But I'm here to teach you everything, so I'm going to give you both possibilities. I have not. I haven't. Or I've not. You have not. You haven't. You've not. He has not. He hasn't. He's not. She has not. She hasn't. She's not. It has not. It hasn't. It's not. We have not. We haven't. We've not. They have not. They haven't. They've not. Past all the subjects are the same. When you contract, we simply make the D sound. D. I had, I'd. I'd. You'd. He'd. She'd. It had is an odd one. There are 2 ways you can pronounce this. It'd. There can be 2 syllables. It'd. But you know what's really simple, common, and natural? Simply say id. Yes, id. That's perfectly fine. I'll give you example sentences when we do the review. We had, we'd. They had, they'd. Let's do those negatives again. 2 possibilities. The first option is a lot more common and, in my opinion, more natural. I had not, I hadn't, or I'd not. And because these are all the same, I'm just going to read the most common contracted form. You hadn't. He hadn't. She hadn't. We hadn't. They hadn't. Group 3 review. Repeat after me. I've missed you. You've improved a lot. Martha's eaten here before. It hasn't bloomed yet. And bloom is when a flower opens. It hasn't bloomed yet. They haven't been honest with us. It melted. Imagine it is a snowman. Let's look at the 2 possible ways to pronounce this. It had melted. It had melted. Or id melted. I hadn't seen the movie. They hadn't agreed. If you want to know how to use group 3 contractions, you need to know about present perfect continuous, past perfect, past perfect continuous. Yep, I have these lessons. I'll link them down below in the video description. Group 4, modal verbs. This is the biggest group we have in today's lesson, and for some, the most challenging. What are modal verbs? Can, could, may, might, must, will, would, should, and shall. You know, there's been a lot of information so far, and there's a lot more to come. So, do you want the notes for today's lesson? Join GRAVOTION, my fast-growing platform where grammar, vocabulary, and emotion meet. Download the notes for today's lesson, plus hundreds of other PDFs ready to use. You'll also get access to my complete grammar course roadmap, so you'll never wonder, how do I learn grammar? Where do I start? And the best part, the community. Join and connect with English learners from all around the world just like you. Write GRAVOTION in the comments and I'll personally send you a link to join. Let's get back to the lesson. Let's start with can. You can see we can contract the negative. Full form, cannot. Yes, we write it as one word. Cannot is one word. For all subjects, cannot is can't. Can't. This is a difficult one because can and can't sound very similar. For today's lesson, I want you to add that little t sound so it's clear it's the negative. I can't. You can't. He can't. She can't. It can't. We can't. They can't. Repeat after me. I can't eat anything with soy in it. We can't decide what to watch. Jared can't wait for his birthday. Second modal verb, could. Again, all the forms are the same, so that makes it simple. I could not. I couldn't. I couldn't. Couldn't. You couldn't. He couldn't. She couldn't. It couldn't. We couldn't. They couldn't. Repeat after me. I couldn't sleep last night. They couldn't hear the speaker. Why couldn't you call me? Let's move on. Let's get through these modal verbs. May. With this modal verb, there is no contraction. We cannot say mayn't. You mayn't. I've only added this in today's lesson to show you all the modal verbs in one place, but there is no may not contraction. Let's move on to might. Might in the negative. Here's a little cultural note. Americans don't usually contract might not. It's more common in British English. And many times that T in the middle is silent. We just skip over it. I might not. I mightn't. You mightn't. He mightn't. She mightn't. It mightn't. We mightn't. They mightn't. I sound like a parrot, don't I, in this lesson? I just keep saying the same things. Repeat after me. They mightn't come to the party if it rains. Must. I must not. I mustn't. mustn't. Notice how that T in the middle is silent. We say mustn't, not mustn't. You must not. You mustn't. He mustn't. She mustn't. It mustn't. We mustn't. They mustn't. Repeat after me. I hope you are doing this at home. You mustn't do that again. Our students mustn't use their phones in class. Dogs mustn't eat chocolate. Will. Will is different because we can't contract the subject. I will. I'll. I'll. Smile. I'll smile. You will. You'll. You'll. Fuel. He will. He'll. Heal. Meal. Breakfast is the most important meal. She will. She'll. She'll. Again, meal. It will. It'll. It'll. Just like little. We will. We'll. Wheel. Wheel. They will. They'll. They'll. Sail. Okay. These will contractions aren't easy to pronounce. Let's do a few fun sentences. Repeat after me. I'll smile. You'll pay for fuel. He'll make the meal. She'll make the meal. It'll be little. We'll buy the wheel. They'll want a sail. In the negative, things are easy. They are all the same. I will not. I won't. Won't. You won't. He won't. She won't. It won't. They won't. We won't. Repeat after me. Your plan won't work. Ben won't say yes. It won't be a problem. Would. And I have good news. The contractions with would are the same as had. Take a look. But I know would is a word lots of students need help with, so I'm going to repeat the pronunciation. I would. I'd. Like the verb lied. You would. You'd. You'd. Just like dude. He would. He'd. Like the verb peed. Pee is a regular verb. Pee, peed, peed. She would. She'd. She'd. Like peed. Or the verb need. I should have just used that verb, need. It would. Id. Id. That's the best way to pronounce it. Id. Just like the word hid. Yes, we can't have two syllables. It'd. It'd. But make your life easy. Just say id. Yep. It can be it had or it would. How do you know the difference? You have to look at the word that comes after it. I have two sentences here. Which one is it? It had or it would? And here are the answers. We would, we'd, just like need. They would, they'd, made. Now let's do the negative. Let's take a look. I would not. I wouldn't. You wouldn't. He wouldn't. She wouldn't. It wouldn't. We wouldn't. They wouldn't. Repeat after me. I'd like another coffee, please. We'd leave now if it weren't raining. It'd be fun to try that new restaurant. You wouldn't do that, would you? We wouldn't pay for that. Should. Nice and easy. I should not. I shouldn't. I shouldn't. You shouldn't. He shouldn't. She shouldn't. It shouldn't. We shouldn't. They shouldn't. Listen and repeat. You shouldn't scroll through social media before bed. Hillary shouldn't take up 2 parking spaces. Shouldn't you be in bed? Shall. Shall is a modal verb and we can contract that negative. The negative contraction is mainly heard in British English, but it's still one you need to know. In modern English, especially American English, people usually just say won't instead. I mean, when I hear the words shall not, I think of
You shall not pass!
you shall not pass your exams if you don't subscribe to my channel. I shall not. I shan't. You shan't. He shan't. She shan't. That's difficult. She shan't. It shan't. We shan't. They shan't. Example time. I shan't tell anyone your secret. I promise. We shan't need any help. Thank you. Group number 5, past modal verbs. Past modal verbs deserve their own group because they are really unique. To form a past modal verb, you need modal verb, have, and then the past participle. What's the past participle? It's verb number 3, like, eat, ate, eaten, play, played, played. The past participle is verb number 3. Erin might have missed her train. We contract the modal verb plus have. You can see there is no can have contraction. There is no shall have contraction. Maybe very informally people might do that, but it's really not standard. I've put may have and will have in red because again, they aren't official written contractions. But many native speakers do contract when speaking. So the red contractions are the ones we say, but not write. Let's look at will have for just a minute. Yes, will is a modal verb. We have that structure will have plus past participle? Ooh, past modal. With will, this is not used for the past. This is the future perfect tense. For example, by 6 o'clock, we will have eaten dinner. But because today's lesson is all about contractions, not grammar, I've added will have to the past modal verb section, so it's just naturally part of the list. But you know it's the future perfect tense. Could have, could've, could've. The sound sounds like of, but that's only the sound. Do not write could of. May have, may have, may have, might have, might have, might have, must have, must't've, must't've, will have, will've, will've, would have, would've, would've, should have, should've, should've. Are you ready to get really lazy? Sometimes we don't even want to make the of sound. We just say coulda, mighta, musta, woulda, shoulda. Repeat after me. You could have told someone. Tony may have forgotten. She might have been sick. They must have left early. John will have seen your message. I would have said no. You should have been here. Negative, past modal contractions. These are spoken, not written. Maybe informally in a message or something, you might contract these when you're writing, but don't do this in an exam. I want you to listen to the sounds. Lots of students say, native speakers speak so quickly, I don't understand them. A lot of times they just smush those words together. They're contracting. You ready? Could not have, couldn't've, couldn't've, might not have, mightn't've, mightn't've, must not have, mustn't've, mustn't've. Yep, I forgot to record this contraction. Will not have, won't've, won't've. Would not have, wouldn't've, wouldn't've. Should not have, shouldn't've, shouldn't've. Ready to repeat after me? And if you're not confident about today's contractions, don't worry. Think of today's lesson as an introduction, because I promise you, all the contractions we've looked at in today's lesson, you will hear. Okay. Liam couldn't have done it. Sophia mightn't have known what to do. You mustn't have heard about it. I won't have left the office. He wouldn't have told anyone. I shouldn't have said that. I know there's been a lot of information today, lots of repetition, lots of practice. But I have good news. The hardest part of the lesson is done. Past modal verbs really make the worst contractions. Are you ready to move on to group number 6? Just 2 more groups. There. There is. Theirs. Theirs. Bears. There has. Theirs. Theirs. Sounds like bears. Notice how there are is in red. This is not a written contraction, but I need to tell you because some people do say this. There are. There'er. There'er. Sounds like error. This one's not easy to pronounce. It's very r. There'er. In fact, because there'er is an odd contraction, many people just say theirs because it's easier. There's a lot of people here. On Netflix, there's shows for everyone. Can we say that? Can we say there is a lot of people? Technically, people is plural, so we need are. Can we say there is shows for everyone? Shows needs are. But again, in fast-spoken English, it's easier just to say theirs instead. And you might be thinking, why is she telling us about wrong English? Because you need to know why. You need to know that many native English speakers use theirs. It's easier, it's faster, and it feels more natural, even though technically it's not grammatically correct. There would and there had. Theired. Theired. Cared. There will. There'll. There'll. Sounds like the name Meryl. Meryl like the actress Meryl Streep. Now repeat after me. There's a problem. There's been an accident. Again, you know if it is there is or there has, depending on the word that follows it. There are a few tickets left. There'd be more space if everyone stood. There'd been a party. There'll be lots of people. Group number 7. Last group. Group number 7 is other. These are just random. I put these into a random group. Let us. Let's. Let's. Just like pets. Who is? Whose? Whose? Yep, the same pronunciation as whose. Whose? Whose sounds the same. Last contraction of this lesson. I saved it for the very end because I don't like it. The incorrect, the wrong, the bad English contraction. Ain't. Ain't. Just like paint. This contraction is bad grammar. Yes, people do say it. It's super informal. It's slang. We use ain't to mean am not, is not, are not, have not. Pretty much any negative contraction. Let's do a few examples. Let's start the lesson. Who's going to come today? We ain't got time. This means we do not have time. I ain't a sports fan. This means I am not a sports fan. So maybe when you're watching a movie, an interview, podcast, you may hear the word ain't. And we are done! I really hope this lesson helped you with contractions! You can join GRAVOTION to get all these notes in one easy peasy PDF. Did I forget any contractions? If I did, please let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!